Thanks for joining us from the Ohio AgNet Voice You Know with the News You Trust studio, sponsored by BASF, where the performance of Veltima fungicide can take your best results even further. Well, join us at the Crawford County Fair on Monday, thanks to Nature's premium liquid fertilizers since 1946. Well, the Department of Agriculture has begun rolling out funds earmarked for 2023 and 2024 disasters.
The USDA is opening the sign-up period for the Supplemental Disaster Relief Program for U.S. farmers and ranchers. Danny Munch, an economist for the American Farm Bureau Federation, talks about who is eligible for the assistance.
Farmers and ranchers who received a crop insurance or non-insured disaster assistance program payment for 2023 and 2024 for a qualifying disaster, which includes drought, floods, freezes, wildfires, might be eligible for Stage 1 of USDA's new Supplemental Disaster Relief Program. They must meet standard USDA income and conservation rules and haven't already received a 2022 ER payment for the same crop year.
USDA's Farm Service Agency will mail pre-filled applications to eligible farmers based on existing crop insurance records.
Farmers can also contact their local FSA office to get the form. They must complete and return the signed form and make sure all that paperwork is filled out and on file. They must also commit to keeping crop insurance or NAP coverage for the next 2 years. The payment calculation is just going to be upping existing insurance coverage levels by a corresponding factor.
Chad Smith, Washington.
Farm Service Agency Administrator Bill Beam takes a look at qualifying natural disasters and time periods for producers considering sign-up in the USDA's Supplemental Disaster Relief Program.
FSA is launching a streamlined pre-filled application process for eligible crop, tree, and vine losses by leveraging the Non-Crop Disaster Assistance Program and RMA indemnified loss data. The pre-filled applications were mailed on July the 9th. Eligibility must be the result of natural disasters that occurred for the year 2023 and or 2024. These disasters include wildfires, hurricanes, floods, derechos, excessive heat, tornadoes, winter storms, freeze, including a polar vortex, smoke exposure, excessive moisture, qualifying drought, and related conditions. To qualify for drought-related losses, the loss must have occurred in a county rated by the U.S. Drought Monitor as to having a D2 for 8 consecutive weeks or a D3 extreme drought or greater intensity during the applicable calendar year.
That's Farm Service Agency Administrator Bill Beam. Well, the USDA is again closing southern ports of entry to shipments of cattle due to the detection of New World screwworm in Veracruz, Mexico. The USDA discovered the new case, indicating that the screwworm has traveled 160 miles northward of the location where sterile flies are currently being dropped. NCBA CEO Colin Woodall said the New World screwworm's northern movement jeopardizes the safety of American agriculture, and that's why Secretary Rollins paused cattle movement again until we can push the pest further from the southern U.S. border. Woodall also said that America can't afford to wait any longer and strongly urged USDA to immediately begin work on a sterile fly facility. USDA says per capita total U.S. food spending increased 3.2% from 2023 to 2024, slightly outpacing the 2.3% increase in food prices during the same period. 3 states showed a decrease in per capita food sales, with New Hampshire dropping the most at 2%. West Virginia and Kansas were the only other states where total per capita food sales declined. The markets are next.
Friday, July 25th is Recovery Ohio's Mental Health Day at the Ohio State Fair. Visit the Department of Mental Health and Addiction Services, the Department of Insurance, and other state agency booths. Join us on Friday, July 25th for Recovery Ohio's Mental Health Day at the Ohio State Fair. We'll see you there.
Joey from Vermont, a farmer trying to get through the winter. Adriana from South Carolina, a single mother living paycheck to paycheck. Liam from Ohio, an injured father struggling to provide for his family. Hi, I'm Shanola Hampton, and I support the Feeding America network of food banks because they help provide over 6 billion meals to people in need each year. Learn more at feedingamerica.org.
The market's brought to you by Seed Consultants. Simply better performance online at seedconsultants.com. At the Board of Trade, July corn, $4.03, down 4 1/4. December corn, $4.12 1/4, down 4 1/4. July soybeans, $10.04, down 8 1/2. November soybeans, $10.07 1/4, down 6 1/2. July wheat, $5.40 3/4, down 9 1/2. At the Mercantile Exchange, August cattle, $222.20, up $2.97. July hogs, $106.72, down 52 cents. September feeder cattle, $325.40, up $4.17. This is the Ohio AgNet.